know, DJ Chicken Nugget, back at it again, with the radio sensation of Radio Robbie. I know we often talk about a lot of the same stuff on this channel, but not everybody watches the same video. And, God, it's been so long since I've been to a regional. But, the amount of trading etiquette posts, I've made this point several hundred times over, and people always ask me, Robbie, how do I trade better? How do I make a trade binder? We're going to talk about a little bit of this today. So first off, stop putting shit you're not trading in your binder. I say this every goddamn dojo, every time we make this video. You are insulting the other person by not trading shit in your trade binder. There is a universal system that says if a card is face down in a binder, you're probably not trading it. Who would have thought? Am I right? Like, I respect that method. You know, most of the time, most people are usually very courteous and they'll be like, yeah, if it's upside down, I'm not trading it, or it's already spoken for. That's wonderful. But I gotta play devil's advocate here for a second. It's really bad when the only card in your binder worth anything is the only card inside your binder upside down. Alright? So there is that. I'm just saying. You know, number two, don't get mash dang offended when you hand me your binder. It's full of nothing but commons, and you have an engage in the back that's upside down. You know how many times that shit happens to me? It's not even with engage. It's with any card inherently worth money. I see it so much in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what the mentality is towards it or whatnot, but the amount of people that are just like, it's alright, not for trade, or it's spoken for. My favorite thing is when they get cucked at the end of the day, too, because the person that wanted the card decided they didn't want it anymore, and you could have been trading that engage all day long. Which brings me into sub-point 3. Every person in the Weiss community annoys me with the mentality of, oh, I'm gonna hold this for 24 hours. Let me tell you the stories I've heard. I don't know who came up with this concept of holding X product for X hours. Alright? You know how many times I've went to go buy something and somebody's like, oh, it's on hold. And then, you know what happens a day later? They repost that item for sale because the person backed out. You know how goddamn fucking frustrating this is? It's like, I don't even want to buy the item anymore. You know, you should go with the first come, first serve mentality. As soon as somebody gives you the money over PayPal, that item's gone. None of that holding shit. I know people get mad at me when I say, they're like, can I buy this from you in a couple of days? You're like, yes. I'm not holding it for you, though. If it sells out, I'm sorry. And you know what? Not a damn one of those people come back to me for business. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, I may have had one person in the grand scheme of 10 years that has actually genuinely held up his end of the bargain and been like, oh, hey, I see you still have that. I'd like to inquire about buying that from you. It never happens. Never, 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 never. Alright? The mentality of holding something in online trading is the most stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard. 100%. You want to know what angers DJ Robbie? Terrible business practices. Alright? I own a TCG player store. Alright? MGold Games. You guys might know this, you guys might not know this. My store is not the greatest thing in the world. But, at the end of the day, let's be honest here. If you are doing an online business and things like that, you might not have the greatest inventory. I don't own a physical brick and mortar store, contrary to popular belief. But between doing TCG Player, doing everything else I do, on top of it running my YouTube channels, yes, I also have a Vancold 40, recorded by Vanguard. You guys might know that as well. But on top of everything, there's not enough hours in the day, homie. But you allocate a certain amount of business practice to your customers. If there's an issue, you fuck up somewhere along the way, you try to give that same courtesy back to them. What frustrates me is when somebody doesn't give me that same courtesy back, you know? Treat others as to how you'd want to be treated upon yourself or some shit like that. It's the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. So if I'm over here, you know, mailing something out, I buy a collection, for example. I typically expect that shit to be mailed out within a week. I actually had a real life story here. Took a guy 2.5 months to mail me a collection. I shit you not. 2.5 months. This person, quote unquote, didn't tell me that he was going to Japan for a month with family. Comes back, some shit happens with his grandparents, which that one I'm a little bit more understandable, but you had no communication with me for 7 weeks. Why are you selling shit? Not appropriately taking care of it, and making me open up a case against you on PayPal. Do you know how much bullshit you have to go through because people do not have common decency? It is ridiculous. Just what happens in the market. Everybody's out for them fucking selves in these games. And this ties back into the golden rule in trading. Alright, if you're going to an event, always be nice to the other person. Obviously, they could be the vendor class, as I like to refer to them, the one that's just out to plus as hard as they can. We know they exist. Thing is, always be respectful, and 99.5% of the time, they'll be respectful back to you. I've met a lot of assholes in my time. It happens. Honestly, it's nothing you can really do, because there's always that one bad apple in the bunch. No matter how much you try to avoid it, it's going to be there, or somebody's just having a shitty day. I met some of the nicest people in this game, actually any game, and some days they can just be having a bad day, homie. You know, it's pretty straightforward, honestly, but sometimes don't hold it against them if it's a personal friend having a shitty day, but there is that. So back to the mentality of the golden rule. Be fucking respectful. I really wish I could flash up big fucking words on this screen. Be fucking respectful. We did it. See? Super well thought out. Very pleasant. Very straightforward. Very easy to understand. Trading etiquette is one of my favorite things in the world. I think it's cool to be respectful. I think it's cool that my best way to meet people and conversate with them is by trading. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I've been doing Yugi tubing and been in the community for 11 years now, and I still come off as an asshole when people meet me, not because I'm a genuine asshole, because I still don't know how to talk to people. I'm not gonna lie to you, social cues aren't my necessarily best thing in the world, but at the end of the day, I enjoy meeting people. You know, it's give and take, though. I still got to give a shout out to the guy that getting ready to walk into the bathroom, really got to take a piss, and the guy's like, "Oh my God, you're MCole40, pleasure to meet you." At this point in time, you make two decisions in your life. You tell him, "Sir, can I come back to you in a second? I really got to piss," and look like a giant douche, or do you just be like, "Can you fuck off for a second, man? I got to piss." Well, obviously, you don't use the second one. And I'll be honest with you, even if you were using the first one, he's probably going to think you're a giant asshole. Like, it's no win-win. You know, people create the most awkward situations I've ever fucking seen in my life. And I love them for them, honestly. Challenges, the things that people do, the challenges that people give to you, make you a better person. You know, I get to talk about these stories. God. Hey, how are you doing, Robbie? Oh, I'm doing fine. Huge fan, been on your channel for several years. Alright, that's awesome, actually. Actually, that's one of my favorite things to ask, too. It's like, what do you like most about me? I always follow it up, usually with the question of, what do you want me to change? You know, if I had to tell you to trade, or change your trade binder, because you got fucking NFT shit for trade, not for trade stuff, in the front of your binder, I would definitely bring that up to you, but you'd probably get mad at me for that, too. You know, God, there's no winning with things these days, really, is there? It's a sad time that we live in. Yugioh. Well, DJ Chicken Nuggets rant is always the best rant in the world. And as always, guys, remember, give to others or do unto others as you want done unto yourself. If you're being a giant chicken nugget, you're going to be slapped back with a giant chicken nugget. I think it's always important to understand just that your own behavior reflects onto others. And if you are slightly like me, you have terrible social cues. So, it makes my personality truly unique. Just how fucking special I am. So, that's all I got for this video. Please, hope you enjoyed the nice little sub run. And DJ Chicken Nuggies reminding you that buying the 20-piece at McDonald's is cheaper than buying the 10-piece, because it's $5 for 20 nuggets. It's $4.50 for fucking 10. What a fun time to be alive. Alright guys, peace out.